I moved into Unit 3B because it was quiet. That's all I wanted. No hallmarches, no parches, no weird cells. Just peace. And this place had it. Old building, sure. Cracked paint, creaky floors, radiator that huffed like an old smoker. But it was quiet. The landlord, a hunched old man named Mr. Fenwick, gave me the keys without even looking up from his crossword. No guests after midnight, he mumbled. No music louder than your heartbeat. And if you hear knocking, don't answer. Walls carry funny here. I thought he was joking. You know, old building superstitions. But he didn't smile. The first night was uneventful. I unpacked, microwaved some soup, watched something forgettable on my laptop. I fell asleep to radiator hissing and the occasional groan of wood. But at 3:12 a.m., I heard it. Not a knock, not a footstep. It was fabric, like someone brushing past a curtain. Except I didn't have curtains. It came from the wall behind my bed. I sat up, waited, listened. Nothing. The next night, same time, 3:12. Brush, slide, almost like breathing through fabric. I tapped the wall. It was solid. I knocked. Silence. I went back to bed. By the fourth night, I was used to it. It never got louder, never closer, just the sound of someone moving through the wall. But on the fifth night, I saw it. A shape, briefly, while brushing my teeth. I caught a reflection in the mirror. In the wall behind me, an indentation, not a shadow, not a trick of the light, an impression, like someone was standing inside the wall, just behind the plaster, tall, motionless, watching me. I turned, nothing, but when I leaned close, I saw the faintest outline, head, shoulders, hands, pressed gently against the paint. Then gone. I asked the neighbor in 3C if he'd ever heard noises through the walls. He didn't answer, just stared at me, then quietly said, "You shouldn't talk to it." I laughed nervously. Talk to what? He walked back inside without a word. Later that night, I stepped into the hallway to get delivery and saw him at the far end of the hallway. A man, standing completely still, back straight, arms down, facing the wall, not doing anything, just being there. I took my food, went back inside, didn't sleep. The presence became routine. Every night, 3:12. Soft sounds, then silence. But then I noticed something chilling. It was getting closer. The sound were no longer muffled, no longer behind the wall. Now at the wall, right up against it. Sometimes I could hear breathing, slow, measured, just on the other side of the drywall. I pressed my ear to it once. Big mistake, because I heard a whisper, faint, like breath through gauze. Move over. I froze. Didn't breathe. Didn't blink. Then again, you're in my way. I set up my phone to record that night. Left it on the nightstand. Faced the wall. Hit record at 3:10 a.m. I laid still. At 3:12, there was brush, slide, then a knock. Not loud, not urgent, just deliberate. 1, 2, 3. The next morning, I checked the video. Black screen. No light, of course, but the audio, you could hear the knock, then breathing, then a voice. Not mine, not human. You're not supposed to be here. Click. Static. End of recording. I decided to look behind the wall. There had to be something. A hollow space. A crawl area. Anything. I took a hammer and tapped. One spot, right behind the bed, sounded different. I marked it. Came back that night, started pulling. First came paint, then soft plaster, then something else, a hollow. And behind that, darkness. I eat un passage. I shine my flashlight, dust, old beams, and the faint prints of bare feet, leading down and to the left, into the heart of the building. I crawled into the opening. The air was thick, not dusty wet, like breathing through wet cloth. I moved slow. Every sound echoed, even my heartbeat. The tunnel twisted, downward, too long to be part of the building. Then a door, old, wooden, warped from time. I opened it and entered another hallway, not like mine, not part of the apartment. This one had no lights, no doors, just walls. On both sides, fingerprints pressed deep into the plaster, as if someone had walked through them. I kept walking, then saw them. Faces, not full heads, just impressions. Dozens of them, bulging from the wall, mouths frozen mid-scream, eyes wide begging, like people were trying to push out and were sealed inside. Some are familiar. The woman from the mailroom, the neighbor who never answered the door, the old landlord. I ran, but the hallway didn't end. I turned left, left again, back at the same door. Only now, there was a new face in the wall. Mine, eyes closed, mouth open, waiting. I panicked, pushed back through the tunnel, crawled into my apartment. The wall sealed behind me by itself. I was shaking, sweating, terrified, but it was quiet, normal. I packed everything I could in 10 minutes. Phone, wallet, keys. I opened the door, and he was standing there, the man, right outside my door, face pale, lips bloodless. He looked at me like he'd been waiting forever. I stepped back, closed the door, but the wall behind me rippled like fabric, and his hand pressed through. I ran out the back stairwell, onto the street, didn't stop running until I reached a hotel, checked in under a fake name. That night, no noise, no words breathing, no figures in corners. But when I woke up, there was a knock. 3. Soft, familiar. On the mirror, I looked up. Nothing there. Just steam and a message. You moved into my walls. That was 3 weeks ago. I don't sleep. Don't eat much. I keep moving motel to motel. But the knocks follow me. The voice follows me. Every reflection. Every silence. Sometimes I feel him just behind the drywall. And sometimes I feel myself leaning in, wanting to press against the wall, to step into it, to become like him. Because the truth is, he didn't find me. I found him. And every night, he walks through my walls, closer. And I think, next time I'll walk with him,